Hello, you guys. Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the music girls because there has been a lot of news and announcements, some music that has come out, and I want to discuss it all. But first, we have to come talk about my favorite thing that has come into my life, and that is my pair eyewear glasses. So last time I discussed pair eyewear with you guys, I told you guys about my red glasses. Every single person who has seen me in these just tell me how they just fit me, like they are just so Kenya. So I was over on paireyewear.com and I was looking for more frames to just change them out, because you guys know I like the red, but as I told you before, it can come off and I can do the black, and of course I do look fab in the black. But I was looking for more. Now, if you know me, you know we love to get a little bit whimsy. We love to get maybe even a little bit tacky for the girls who want to be messy. We love that over here. And so I said, I want a print. I want a print that not a lot of people have that go with me. So look at what came to my door. I got these cheetah print covers. Can we get into them? Can we get into the cheetah print? And they have been my favorite thing in the world. I don't know what to tell you. I absolutely love them. So let me tell you a little bit about Pair Eyewear. When you go over to Pair Eyewear, you can use their virtual try-on to see what frames fit best with your face. They have so many options, so many styles, and you can see which one you like the best. Pair Eyewear allows you to have a base frame and then you can change out for a top frame. That's how I have these gorgeous cheetah prints on my eye. What I love about Pair Eyewear is that you get to decide what your vibe is every single day. You guys know I wear my glasses while driving. That is my thing. And I can just new outfit, new top frame, new outfit, new top frame. And everyone just thinks you have on a totally new pair of glasses. Pair Eyewear also has their sun top. So you guys know I be driving and then I have a Jeep. So there is a lot of sun coming in. I retract the roof. And so their sun tops allow me to have on sunglasses and also have my glasses, because these are prescriptions. I have an astigmatism and I need my glasses when I am driving. What I love about Pair Eyewear is that it was so much easier than being in store. When I got my prescription for my glasses, I was honestly overwhelmed by the options. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I was looking for. Pair Eyewear not only had all of the options, but they explained them to you and you were able to add things to it at an affordable price. I did not have to worry about breaking the bank. They were affordable and I still did not have to compromise on anything that I wanted when it came to style, when it came to flexibility, when it came to all the specs I was looking for in a pair of glasses. And I also got a pair of sun tops, so I was able to get a prescription sunglass as well. If you would like to try Pair Eyewear, go over to paireyewear.com, use the link in my description. It is also the pinned comment, and use my code As Told by Kenya 15, all caps, to get 15% off your first pair and get stylish like me. They're just fab. I look fab. You don't have to tell me. I know I look fab. They are great. They fit me so well. Pair Eyewear, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on in. Hello, we are back. I have to come and discuss what everybody is talking about. So last week, there was a little bit of some inkling that Taylor Swift was coming. Now, Taylor Swift is one of those people. If somebody says she is doing something, I fully believe Tree Payne is the one that has planted the story. So when we started to hear whispers that Taylor Swift was coming, more likely than not, it was true, because Taylor Swift puts that stuff out herself. So, to get people talking, to get people excited, and that is exactly what happened. But she decided to bring Travis Kelce in on the bit because she was going to be on the New Heights podcast. Travis Kelce is Taylor Swift's boyfriend, and he has a podcast with his brother Jason Kelce, who is retired but played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Travis Kelce plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they have their podcast where they talk mostly sports, but they do, pop culture-y type of stuff. They have big time guests, and Taylor Swift is going to be the guest on the show, and of course, more than likely, she's going to to announce that she has an album. So she goes on the podcast and she kind of gives a teaser. Well, we get a teaser for the podcast and she's showing, you know, an album, a vinyl, but there's no like actual like cover. And so we know that Taylor Swift is putting out an album, but we don't know how the cover looks and we don't know when it's going to come out. But we do know the name is called The Life of a Showgirl. And then we get another countdown. The podcast comes out and we get the cover of the album, and we know that the album is going to come out on October 3rd. We get another countdown, I think, and it's this the list. We get the track list, and the big standout is that Sabrina Carpenter is going to be on the title track, and that's pretty much everything we have gotten. Now, as I am filming this, so you guys know the exact day I'm filming this, Taylor Swift has another countdown over on her website for 2 p.m. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. And at this point, I kind of really don't care, because you got to understand my relationship with Taylor Swift. I meet Taylor Swift exactly where Taylor Swift is at. I am not this huge, amazing Taylor Swift fan. I am not someone who likes all of Taylor Swift albums. I have not liked Taylor Swift's last 2 albums and that anthology. Not for me. I think Folklore is a stroke of genius. I think that album is really, really good. If you have been following me for a long time, you know I was the original Lover apologist. I think me gave Lover a bad name, and it is crazy. 2 years ago, all of you guys were on Cruel Summer. I always said that album had some songs that were really, really good and deserved a day. And so I liked Lover well enough. And you know, Taylor Swift's career before, whatever. So I meet Taylor Swift where she's at. If she has music I enjoy, I am there. I am not going to hate on it. And then if she has music I do not like, I'm going to say I do not like it, and I go on with my life. So I am not the person who is going to be there for every single countdown. I am not the person who's going to buy all the stuff she's trying to make y'all buy. I'm not going to be doing all of that. But I am going to look. I am going to look to see what is going on. So let's first start off with the good. The good is the title. The Life of a Showgirl, I think, is such a good title, especially because Taylor Swift did the Eras Tour for so damn long. She was on the Eras Tour for about 2 years, and I'm hoping that we get in the mind of Taylor Swift as she was doing this tour. How did she feel after this tour? So I think the name leaves a lot to the imagination. So you're guessing, you're wondering, but it also gives you a vibe. It gives you this burlesque Vegas type of vibe. I already said that before we got some of the artwork for the album, and I just thought this is a good title. I think Taylor Swift does good with concepts. I think the Torture Poets department, I think, was a good concept. I think Midnights was a good concept. Folklore, good concept. Lover, Reputation, good concept. You know, I think Taylor Swift is able to give you a concept. Now, when we go into the bad, I do not understand why in 2025 we are working with Max Martin. That is not because I think Max Martin is a bad person. I don't know nothing about that man. I just don't know if in 2025, when you are the biggest pop star in the world, like, is Max Martin what you need to be doing? My biggest critique of Taylor Swift, if I am to have a critique of Taylor Swift, is that Taylor Swift could genuinely do anything. She could do anything, and there are a million people who are going to buy her album first week. Like, it does not matter what she puts out. They're going to buy it, and then maybe they'll even pretend to like it for the first week. But she could be experimental. She could work with people who we've never heard of, especially if it's a pop album. She could work with pop producers in the middle of nowhere who are making good music. She could do that. And so going to Max Martin just feels like going back. And I just think there is a time in a pop star's career where she is tempted to look back, but do not do it. Do not. It's like people who want Beyonce to remake B-Day. No. And then she gives you Renaissance. And it's just like, you don't even know what you're missing. You always want a pop star to go back, but the good stuff happens when a pop star continues to go forward. And so Taylor Swift has worked with Max Martin many times, but it's not only that Taylor Swift has worked with Max Martin many times, everybody has worked with Max Martin many times. And I do not think Max Martin's output in the last 10 years has been anything to write home about. I'm going to be so honest with you. even when he is making these big pop anthems, many of them that have been successful, I do not think they're all that interesting. And so I am not on board with the Max Martin produced album. And then, of course, all of us don't know how the songs are going to sound. So anybody who's excited is just because they're excited by the stuff she made with Max Martin back on 1989. But like I said, should we be excited that you're excited about music she made over a decade ago? Like, is that what we're doing? Like, she's in a totally different space in her career. She's a decade plus older. That doesn't excite me in the same way it excites other people. I think people are gluttons for nostalgia, and I am simply not. And I think Taylor Swift can make really, really interesting music because there's nothing to lose. There is simply nothing to lose in doing it. And so going back just feels Now, I do understand that everyone wants her to get away from Jack Antonoff. The Jack Antonoff hate train has become so bad that I actually sometimes feel the need to defend Jack Antonoff because I dislike Jack Antonoff before everybody else did. So this is me giving Jack Antonoff a little bit of bail. Jack Antonoff has just been bad with Taylor Swift and a few other people lately. But Jack Antonoff still has juice in the tank. Dance Fever by Florence and the Machine is really good. And Jack Antonoff did a lot of that album. So, and then you'll see Jack Antonoff show up on random people's albums, and the songs are good. I just think when Jack Antonoff got with Taylor Swift in the last two albums, there was some navel gazing going on. They found themselves more interesting than anybody else really did. And my biggest issue with both of those albums, I think they're poorly produced. I don't think they play to Taylor Swift's strengths, and I don't think they play to Jack Antonoff's strength. I just think, it all starts blurring together and getting a little bit boring. So I think we're all good. The good is Jack Antonoff's not here. The bad is Max Martin any better. Like, of course you're going to get these big pop anthems, but it's just like we've gotten big pop anthems from Taylor Swift. Like, what else is there? And I don't know if I trust Max Martin to give us that what else, but I could totally be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. The next thing that goes in not here or there, the album artwork. Well, no, the cover I think is hideous. I do not like the cover, but the artwork where Taylor Swift is in her costumes, in her showgirl stuff, I could go either way. Like, I think this is, if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, I think this really does something for you, and that is good because there's nothing wrong with that. For me personally, I'm just like, okay. Like, it's just like, okay. Like, I'm not overjoyed. I don't necessarily hate it. I dislike the cover, but the album artwork, okay, cute. Taylor Swift's doing something we haven't necessarily seen from Taylor Swift. So you know what? I'm okay with that. That one I can let go. What else? The title names. If you follow me on Patreon, everyone should go follow me on Patreon. Stop what you're doing. Everyone go follow me on Patreon. My Patreon is As Told by Kenya. Go over there, link down below. Anyways, over on Patreon, I constantly talk about how I don't like gimmick pop. I do not like pop that is meant to get everyone on the timeline to talk about it. There's no actual substance to it. It doesn't matter if the song is good or bad. It is just put out to get the usual suspects to talk about all the stuff that we usually talk about every single goddamn day. And the song is not actually intended to be good or try to, break the mold. It's just gimmick. It's just a gimmick to get all of us to talk. I feel like Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child is exactly that. I don't like gimmick pop. And so some of these titles give a little gimmick pop, but that's just me talking because I haven't heard them. Some of these songs could be absolutely amazing. So overall, what do I say? I hope I turn on this Taylor Swift album and there are songs that I don't like. That I don't get. I want to listen to a Taylor Swift album and not get it. That's the thing. I listen to some people's albums and I'm just like, ooh, this one gotta grow on me. I don't want to listen to a Taylor Swift album and say, I think this is bad. I want growers. I want songs where Taylor Swift is doing something that I can't fully wrap my head around yet. You know when you listen to an album and it's just like, I gotta sit with that one. Like, you did something right. That's how I want to feel. And because Taylor Swift can do that. Because like I said, there's nothing to lose. Taylor Swift could be so interesting because there is nothing for her to lose. So I want Taylor Swift to be interesting on this one. I have no issue with Taylor Swift making a pop record. I don't usually love Taylor Swift's pop songs, but I have no issue with that. So I'm as excited as Kenya can be for a Taylor Swift record. And I'm so beyond Taylor Swift is successful. Like, Taylor Swift is going to have the highest selling album of the year. It's going to sell 1 million+ copies by hook or crook first week. Like, we've done all of this stuff before. I think sometimes Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift Nation, y'all can get obsessed with just like numbers. Like, just her, Taylor Swift successful. Like, get that out of the way. Taylor Swift is hugely successful. Now what's next? Now what is next? But I'm excited, and I'm excited that you guys are excited. In these dark times, we need things that get us through the day. And if Taylor Swift is the thing that gets you through the day, I am happy that you guys are excited. Let's move on. So I was talking about listening to pop albums that I usually don't get at first. And that brings me to Lorde's album. So Lorde put out her album version, and I don't necessarily love it. I am on record, and I've been on record for years saying y'all don't get Solar Power. Solar Power was her third studio album, and I still don't think the world is ready for what Lorde was doing on Solar Power. I think Solar Power is a brilliant album. Once again, one of those albums where when you first listen to it, you gotta sit with it for a little bit. That's what I want. I want to feel this way. I want to feel like, Lorde, what are you doing? But the more time goes on, the more that album just becomes so rich to me. So rich to me. So I was very excited by her next album version. Now, when she put out Man of the Year and What Is This, I was nervous because I did not like either of those songs. Lorde likes to go back to her melodrama nachos every now and then, and I think that time is done. It is over. We have done that. Let's move on. So I was very nervous, but I want to highlight 3 songs from this album that I think are some of the best 3 songs that have come out this year. Number 1, first song on the album, Hammer. Hammer is so damn good. Number 2 song, GRWM, A Grown Woman. That song, so damn good. Go listen to it. I can't believe people are not talking about these songs because I just think they are brilliant. I genuinely think they're brilliant. A song that not everybody gonna get the first, second, third time like I did, Favorite Daughter. Those are the 3 songs from Lorde I need all of y'all to go listen to from that album. I hope this album gets nominated for Album of the Year because I just think Lorde is doing something interesting on this album. On some songs, like I said, I don't like Man of the Year and I don't like What Is This? What is this? What is that? I don't even remember the name of the song because that's how much I am not clicking on it. I do not like it. But I really like a lot of songs in these albums. And the songs I don't like on the album, I think are growers. I think eventually I will start to like them. So I think this album kind of got a little bit pushed to the side. A lot of people not seeing it for Lorde since Solar Power. But I think you guys should give this album a listen because I think this album is pretty solid from Lorde. Don't forget about my girl Lorde. Now we got to get into discourse. So Tyla put out an EP. Our girl Tyla, she put out an EP. And chart data being messy as shit, they put out that her EP only sold like 3.7. We gonna round up. Her EP sold 4K copies the first week. And everybody had to open their mouth with a motherfucking opinion word to Tupac. Everybody had to say something. And I want to start there. I talk shit. Y'all know I talk shit. I love to talk shit. But I don't talk shit about nothing I don't care about. And so there are plenty of people who I genuinely do not give a damn about. Y'all can't make me care about Addison Rae. Y'all can't make me care about Addison Rae. And I'm not about to go on a tangent about Addison Rae because I simply do not care. It's not worth my time. I love music. I love music. I love girls putting out music. I love girls trying. I love girls seeing their dreams come true. There are some of you who I genuinely don't believe like music, like artists, like seeing people be successful because the only time y'all talk about an artist is when the flop juice on them. When the flop juice on them, that is when all of a sudden everybody's an A&R, everybody work for Rock Nation, everybody know how to get somebody career on track, off track, left, right, and it's just like, you don't never talk about artists when it's not something negative. Like, you do not care. And so then all of a sudden coming in like you have authority on the situation. You know what's going on in the situation. If you ain't talked about Tyla in the past year and a half, shut up. Shut up. Like, you're just talking and you are only around when it's time to shit on women. And it's not lost on me. It's when it's time to shit on the non-white girls. When it's the non-white girls, all of a sudden everybody just like, you ain't never gonna have a career. You ain't never gonna get a career and all of this stuff. And it's just like, y'all don't do this to the white girls. Y'all don't do every 2 days there's a new white girl in town that y'all telling me, ooh, this gonna be her espresso, this gonna be her espresso. But when a black girl not doing well, who y'all not checking for anyways, all of a sudden, this is why it's not working. This is what's going to happen. And it's just like, you don't get tired. And I just think a lot of you guys are just miserable. I think a lot of you guys are just miserable, and misery loves to bring other people down. And I just think that is what a lot of you are butting in on the Tyla conversation are doing. Like, ooh, time to jump on Tyla. Another, because like, y'all do it. Nobody who I'm putting flop on, have I not listened to their music. That's not, I've listened to your music. So let's move on to Tyla. How do I feel about Tyla? I really like Tyla. I have not liked Tyla's last couple of outings when it comes to her singles. I have not. But when it comes to Tyla's debut, I think this is where I noticed a problem because, once again, go over to my Patreon, which is As Told by Kenya. I have been talking about Tyla and Tyla not doing very well. And the people in the comments, if you're on my Patreon, let them know. I have been talking about how Tyla is one of those people where like she's in your face, so you think Tyla is doing very, very well. But if you look at like the output and people's reception to the output and the success of the output, it's actually not doing that well. Like, because when Tyla's debut album came out, I really liked it. Everyone knows I was hotter on this album than a lot of other people were. I thought this was such a solid debut, and I kind of blame Tyla not really having a moment on Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter kind of fucked up the place, so nobody could really breathe when Sabrina Carpenter was going through her espresso and then short and sweet. But I knew something was wrong because I was kind of sure Tyla was gonna get nominated for Album of the Year. I was delusional, clearly, but I was like, Tyla's gonna get nominated for Album of the Year. Like, you guys, when I was predicting my Album of the Year contenders last year, I said Tyla was gonna make, I was so sure she was gonna be, you guys, she didn't get nominated for a single Grammy. And that's what made Kenya start looking into stuff, like, what's going on? And I was always nervous that, like, the powers that be would give up on Tyla before Tyla would get her moment. Because the thing is, and this is why I don't want to go too far, Tyla just needs another hit. She has everything else. Tyla is a solid singer. Tyla is a good performer. Tyla is beautiful as the day is long. Like, all she needs is a hit song. All she needs is a hit song, and that is it. And so I'm just wondering, I think we're all wondering when that hit is going to come for Tyla. But then I would ask you, y'all have put flop and like your career is done on other people so quick. On other people so quickly, you're like, it ain't never going to happen for them. So while we all doing a prayer circle for Tyla, maybe we should look into why we doing that, and maybe we going to find some isms under all of that. But I wish Tyla nothing but the best. And I think a lot of you guys just jump so fucking quickly on Tyla, like this person is a flop and never gonna have a career, and y'all always looking to be like, so this is what's not working, even though y'all don't know shit about shit. I don't know shit about shit. I could be totally wrong about everything that I just said, because I'm not an A&R. Ken don't work for Rock Nation. I don't work down at Epic. I think that's Tyla's record label, whatever that means. That's half the problem right there, Epic. Being signed to Epic Records in 2025. That is half her issue. But yeah, no, I don't know, you guys. But I do think it's really weird how a lot of you have not talked about Tyla when it comes to anything else. But when it's time to talk about a black girl flopping, there y'all go. Here come the videos. Here come the stop. Because Kenya has consistently talked about Tyla's output and how Tyla makes good music, and I just think y'all don't get her and how her debut album was really, really good. Another thing I want to come and discuss. It ain't crazy how Kendrick Lamar just about to win another 5 Grammys like nothing. Kendrick Lamar does not have any competition for the Grammys. For all the girls who gonna get mad at that, maybe you could say Man's Best Friend might put up a fight. I don't think that it is. Sabrina Carpenter will easily win like the pop categories. Bruno Mars, with some of the stuff he put out, he might be able to take a stand on some of those big awards. Who's next? Lady Gaga with Mayhem, an album I never talked about, but an album I found perfectly fine. she might be able to take a stand somewhere. I don't really see it, but maybe they give her like a pop something, but I don't see her winning any of the majors. It just seems like Kendrick Lamar is going to run away with Record of the Year for Luther. I kind of think easily going to win Album of the Year. And then he's going to carry every rap category, which is like 3 right there. And then, yeah, that's 5 right. He's just going to run away with just like 5 Grammys just like that, because there is literally zero competition. There's literally nobody. I don't think, like, the question is like, do the Grammys give a fuck about Morgan Wallen? We don't, but does the Grammys give a fuck? Like, are they gonna, like, because if it's in terms of success, Morgan Wallen is very successful, though we try to deny it. So, like, maybe if the Grammys give a fuck about Morgan Wallen, he'll carry some of the majors, but I actually don't want that. By the way, you guys know, maybe you don't know, I am not very high on Kendrick Lamar's new album. I don't think it's good at all. I don't like Luther. I don't like 30 for 30. All of that is a no for me. So don't think I'm just hard on the girls. I'm hard on the boys too. I do not like that. Please don't come trying to talk to me about Justin Bieber swag. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I'm hard on the boys too. So we don't have to say kids just being hard. Next thing, I saw that the Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato were on stage together. That's cute. You know, I want Demi Lovato to be a pop star. I genuinely do. I always thought Demi Lovato could have a big pop career, and she has had moments in the sun. I've never liked any of the songs that were in the sun. Baby, I'm sorry, and Don't Tell Your Mother, We're Cool for the Summer. I never loved those. But I do understand those were songs that played on radio and, you know, at Forever 21. But I just don't think Demi Lovato ever found the footing to be like just like a pop girl. And I feel like this is Demi's time to kind of do that. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't love people reaching back into nostalgia. I do not love a reach back into nostalgia, but we'll see. I want the best for Demi. I genuinely want the best for Demi, and I want Demi. I feel like Demi never really got a moment that I thought Demi could have, even though, you know, best efforts. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about more of a dancey type of thing from Demi, but we'll see how that goes. Another thing everyone has been talking about next year is the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana. You guys know Hannah Montana means a lot to me. Speaking of nostalgia, now Hannah Montana does not mean a lot to me in the year 2025 because you guys know I am not a glutton for nostalgia. I know how to let things go and become an adult. But there's this idea that maybe Miley Cyrus will do something for the 20-year anniversary for Hannah Montana, and I really hope so. I don't think, it's kind of like when people were a little bit weird about Beyonce and Miley Cyrus doing a record together. People like to act like Miley Cyrus is some new girl on the block. Miley Cyrus has, yes, been doing this for 20 years. Miley Cyrus has been on the Billboard charts as Hannah Montana for 20 years. Miley Cyrus is not someone who just like woke up one day and is still here. And even if you don't want to give her Hannah Montana, you at least have to give her like being like Miley Cyrus, like her doing Can't Be Tamed, which is also at this point, what, 13 years ago, 16 years ago? I don't even, like, Miley Cyrus has been around for such a longer than anybody else. So I'm just like, it's time for Miley Cyrus to start doing big 3 laps. It is perfectly cool with her being on a Beyonce record. We couldn't talk about music without talking about Beyonce. Like, we can't do that. It is so shocking to me that, like, Beyonce with Act 3, I think is the most people have been excited for a Beyonce record in a really long time. And the fact that Beyonce is 25 years into her career, 25 plus years into her career, and people are more excited than ever for an album to come out from Beyonce. That is just absolutely insane to me. Beyonce, what you have been able to do. Also, congratulations to Beyonce. Beyonce won an Emmy. It's a mild day. What else? I went to the closing night of the Cowboy Carter tour. This is my first time. I'm going to opening night of a Beyonce concert. I went to opening night of On the Run. Loved it, by the way. But I've never gone to a closing night of a Beyonce concert. So I knew I was going to be in Las Vegas to go to closing night of the Cowboy Carter tour. And yes, I was at closing night, which means, yes, I got Jay-Z. But also, you guys, Jay-Z came out in Atlanta. So I actually had already seen Jay-Z come out for the Cowboy Carter tour, so like whatever. Shaboozey came out. Sweet Honey Buckin' is one of my favorite songs like ever, so that was a great moment for me. And then Destiny's Child came out, which like gaggy. I've never seen Destiny's Child perform. I did not go to Coachella, and then I was too young to go to Destiny's Child's concerts when I was a kid. So like I finally got to see Destiny's Child perform together in my lifetime, which kind of feels like a bucket list thing, because it's just like, if you're a Beyonce fan, like I'm a Beyonce fan, like I get to say I saw Destiny's Child perform together. I saw Destiny's Child on stage with my two eyes. So that was really, really nice, really, really fun. Congratulations to Beyonce. Cowboy Carter tour done over. I miss her. I miss seeing Beyonce. I don't know if we're gonna get a Cowboy Carter movie. At this point, when it comes to being a Beyonce fan, ain't none of this shit promised. Ain't none of this shit promised. Word to Rihanna. Like, you just gotta hope you get something from Beyonce, because she could decide tomorrow that she don't want to do nothing. She don't want to do nothing, and she'll see y'all with Act 3. It's so unfun being a Beyonce fan. It is not fun. Like, I see the Swifties sometimes, and I'm just like, ooh, y'all getting countdowns, y'all getting boxes, y'all getting interviews down to the, the Travis Kelce. Another thing, you cannot convince me I should care about Travis Kelce. Oh, no, 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 no. That's another thing. I did not watch the interview with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I looked at the press clippings, because you cannot convince me I should give a damn about Travis Kelce just because he dating Taylor Swift. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. He is not inherently interesting. He is not funny. I don't think he has charisma. I don't think he, no. Anyways, that is the end of this one. Pair Eyewear, thank you so much for, y'all want to see my glasses again? Pair Eyewear, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Yes, yes, yes. And I will see you guys in the next one.